get to see somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Cap speaking. You look on your right side. Welcome to WTF Nation Airlines. You'll see our engine's on fire. And, of course, you can see the rolling landscape of Colorado. But if you go ahead and anybody got any cigarettes, now would be the time to smoke them. So buckle up, and I'll see you on the ground.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. Come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what-the-f moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Oh, yeah. February 2021. Just one UIC to be an official. WTF Nation Radio. U.S. Army WTF Moments. Oh, man. Well, I'm Ice, your host. My other host, Flyish, in the gunner seat. What's up, big man?
Ready to go.
Oh, man, ready. Yeah.
The world's crazy.
The world?
Oh, wait. It's been crazy for...
Hey, we're on...
It's like a running joke at this point.
Yeah, you ain't lying. It's like the second, we're on the second and a half month of, into 2020.250 point whatever of excellence. Thank you guys and gals for hanging out with us. So I had to do that. I had to do a little bit with the burning engine.
See that video?
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit!
Oh.
I want to talk to the guy who just said, "Oh, look, the engine's falling apart."
Yeah,
shit,
Could you imagine I'm just saying the pilot. I'm telling you, that was an awesome crew to have maintained their composure, and I got people on the chats already going, "Oh shit, where's my chute?" I'd have been like, I wouldn't know what I'd done. I'm breaking balls, talking about smoking cigarettes, but at that point, just imagine being in that window.
At that point, I would have been like, "Hey, can I get some oxygen
right
here?"
You're gonna smoke it. Yeah, you're gonna sit there smoking, and the next thing you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and light up."
We're good here.
The engine's already on fire. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and stick my arm out and use, light the cigarette with the engine. God, dude, that was insane. I could not
I mean, what a scary thing. And I know a lot. Many people out there are not of the theology persuasion. I guess that's the right way. I just want to say, holy shit! What kind of divine intervention kept all that debris from not just capping somebody?
Well, they had debris landing in people's yards and shit. I mean,
the stuff is not only were there big pieces, but there's a ton of little pieces flying off.
Right,
that
exactly.
Could easily, coming from that altitude, take your fucking. I'll cut you in half.
Right.
I'll cut you from stem to stern, and no time flat.
Exactly. So. I'll go ahead and play the video again, and it'll. Look at that, dude. Dang, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacap speaking. Look at that shit that's about ready to fall off. Would you be like praying? I'd beam the passengers. Go ahead and look out the window. You see that shit just wiggling there? And it was just like
fire just going. Pod racing right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are all legs, please remain seated. All airborne personnel, please stand up.
Stand up.
Oh my God!
Check equipment.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling.
Just ask goodbye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would be
kangaroos.
Exactly. Gary said I'd be pissing my pants too. I'd be like, damn, you know. I'd be like, exactly.
I would have. The pants would have been pissed already. I would have thought, well, I'm empty.
Yeah, I would have been exactly. Well, or I'd have been. I wonder if all the drinks were free after that. Could you? I would have like, here you go, passengers. Go,
stewardess.
Yeah, just go ahead and just pass all the free drinks. I would have been exactly that. I'd have been the flight attendant. I'd have been hanging them out. I'd have just been like, here, you want a couple shots? Do you drink? No, I don't. But my friend here drank. You know, I bet you people who don't even drink would drink again if they were in an experience like that. I would. Holy crap, that was insane. The Mayday call was even more insane. It was kind of. I mean, you can imagine that the if you go online and just look up the Mayday call for this, it was a flight I think was going from Colorado to Honolulu, and
that's a long ass fucking flight.
Yeah,
he
dude.
just took off and went.
Yeah, exactly. Just as soon as it took off.
Anakin Skywalker to put out this fucking fire on us.
It's the Anakin Skywalker.
Fucking bullshit. And they're like, yeah, the engine is indeed on fire.
just imagine. So you were
like,
just.
Jesus, I'm coming.
And you have those people who are really afraid to fry, and they're like, yeah.
It's like, well, I will forever be taking the train.
Yeah, exactly. I will. I'm going to walk.
I will be walking.
I will.
Hey, I need you out here in California. Cool. I need like a 4-week head.
Exactly.
I'm gonna need to hitchhike across. I'm not fucking flying again.
So it was the engine of a United Airlines plane that was on fire shortly after takeoff, and causing aircraft debris to fly down on neighborhoods in Colorado. And according to CNN NBC, Flight 328 was en route to Honolulu from Denver Saturday afternoon when the right engine failed and erupted in flames.
That's mildly.
That's I would say that's not a fail.
It's on fire.
It's on. You gonna burn.
Somebody said I want some brisket, and the engine went, I will help you.
Exactly. I mean, it had to take a landing and stuff. Or whatever. It'd be like, would you be kissing the ground? Dude, think about that harrowing moment. What would you do?
We have a connection flight for everybody on flight 266. Fuck no.
Who wants to go to? Exactly. Who wants to go to?
That bullshit.
Yeah, if I was going to Honolulu, I said, nah, fuck that. I'm canceling this trip.
Nah, bro. Paradise is going to have to fucking wait. I'd rather swim.
I couldn't even imagine that. I could not even imagine. I could not imagine any
flying on fucking fire. Like, you know, I feel bad for like all the people who were on the flight. Like, my wife and I, like, we love bourbon. It's, you know, I love that I met a woman who will drink bourbon with me, and we found one in West Virginia, and it's a cool distillery up there called Black Draft. It's pretty awesome in Martinsburg. It's one of my like ultimate favorites, and we bought a bottle, and then we didn't realize how good it was until we actually took it home and drank it, like drank the whole thing, and like, fuck, we need to get back there. And she's like, don't drink anymore. I'm like, why not? She goes, because we'll run out. We won't have any. I said, or we can drink it and just go get more because I could die tomorrow. I think I was referencing Donnie Darko. I think it was the plane thing that came down and just crushed him at the end or whatever. Yeah. And there was not a fucking spoiler alert. That movie's been out for like 30 years now. Jesus. But still, and like, so, you know, and my big thing to her is like, hey, life is fucking crazy. It doesn't take a lot to just like end the spirit in a meat sack thing going on here. And
spirit in a meat sack.
I walk out back and see a piece of fucking plane just in the backyard. Like, well, I'm going back inside.
No, you're right, Gary. 100-mile-an-hour tape didn't hold up because it was rated at 500 miles. Those things fly at 400 miles an hour. So maybe they need a 400-mile-an-hour tape or 500 miles. Exactly that, Marty. Operating level.
I mean, it's just like walk out back. Well, fuck, I'm buying the lottery because I almost just died.
Oh my God, good point, Tina. United, not only does our flight attendants, but our planes attack you too. Oh man.
It's got, like, so the front rim of the actual engine is in his front fucking yard. I hope
The front rim. Do you know anything about engine nomenclature? I don't. I'm just saying the front rim.
It's the front circle piece.
The
like
front
the flashy piece. I'm gonna go with that.
The front.
And like this one piece is almost the size of my big ass, and it's guy's fucking yard. Like, holy shit!
I just fucking front. Oh my god! I had to mute my mic because
Fuck you.
the front. I don't know what it's called either, man. I don't know. I don't know what it's called either.
I'm not a plane mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. It's some circular thing that goes in the front of the engine.
It almost killed somebody.
It almost killed somebody. It's
got killed by a front rim off an engine.
my dearest Jessica. I was chilling in the front yard. Okay. I'm just kidding aside.
So you get off the plane.
Go ahead.
And they go, hey, we want to offer. We're going to upgrade you to business class this time. Would you like to go? No, I'm not going to Hawaii, dude. Like, you just cancel your flight. Like, no one really goes to Hawaii 9 times out of 10 unless they're on vacation. Because most people who live there, and then you got soldiers PCSing, and they're usually on some kind of fucking C-10 or C-110 or some bullshit plane out that way anyways, instead of an actual fucking flight. So they're going on holiday. Do you just fucking just give up on your holiday? Do you say, call Hawaii? Hey, I'm gonna have to cancel. Hey, did you see that plane that like nearly blew up over Denver? Yeah, I'm not coming.
Oh, there was video of people taking pictures of it having the contract. Could you imagine all the QAnon people and all those weirdos going, "There's, I told you, look at them shits. It's dropping."
Q and flame.
It's a Q plane.
Fuck those guys, crazy fuckers. That video was doctored.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have all these. Oh yeah, that's right. All these truthers come out.
And it's telling everyone to be ready. The big insurrection's coming.
Yeah, they.
Bullshit, shit.
God, man. Yeah.
There's some waterheads out there. No, we're not.
Some waterheads. Dude, you're like on a roll tonight.
We're not endorsing QAnon. We think they're dumb as shit, and everything they have to say is like pure, like just like human garbage. We're just making fun of them. So
yeah, we were making.
I heard the WTF folks talking about QAnon.
Exactly. I told you. See.
Like totally just like and he just went with my Uncle Jesse like the QAnon folks.
See, I told you them QAnon. They got a QAnon plane. WTF said it. They're dropping rims.
Budweiser.
They're dropping.
My family they put the in front of words they don't need.
They're dropping rims. QAnon's dropping rims and front rims on people's yards.
My Uncle Jesse would say like the QAnon. Or, we're going to the Olive Garden. I'm like you just say Olive Garden. We're going to the Olive Garden. I'm like is this like the first one? No, it's just the. All right. Plane that fell. Okay.
Everyone saw the script. Oh, I see the script. Everyone.
It was the front circular thing on the engine that nearly killed me.
Oh my god! Everybody knows when I see the script and we're making fun. Hang on.
God damn. Damn QAnon folks.
Them QAnons, they're dropping. I told you.
They're making us people look like dumbasses.
They got some crazy ass CGI. You see that?
You see that?
They're dropping.
That's not Joe Biden. That's that Ambassador Zing from fucking China.
Okay, all right, hang on. All right, someone had the someone dropped the Q. Someone dropped the Q. My dearest Jessica, there I was on an iron bird headed to the land of the sun, when suddenly a fire from the depths of Hades lit the wings of Pegasus afire. They were dropping rims, front rims, in the front of all yards. It was a sight to behold. Oh my god.
I'm taking that vacation.
Yeah. Oh, we had to extend our vacation in Colorado.
What if you're Hawaiian who went to Colorado to visit somebody?
Oh my god, I know. I don't know.
What if you're a soldier who like is stationed on one of the islands or whatnot, and then your command's like, "Hey, your leave was up like 3 days ago. I ain't fucking flying."
Right, exactly. It's time for you to come back.
Send my shit back.
Yeah, or just say I got in contact with somebody.
I'm in fucking Colorado. Stick beside me. Here I come.
I'm not gonna. As a matter of fact, I'm not.
Rock and roll. Yes, I'd rather go to Fort Carson than fly back on.
I need to take the coronavirus. I need to.
Don't get mad, guys. You guys are awesome. You're all high as shit. They didn't call you the Mile High City in Denver just for fucking altitude. You cheeky bastards.
Oh god.
Fort Carson's just as high. You walk up there and you're like, "Is that smog?" No. No, it's not smog. This is not LA. People are high here.
Yeah, really.
Fuck a duck. I'm sorry. Like I'm not flying. I'm probably not flying for at least a year. I will fuck. You know what? It sucks. Like, because those guys in the plane. There's probably a couple of people who are like fortitude, like fucking stone. Like, get me back on the plane. Sure, I'll take my complimentary bottle of wine. I will get back on this death trap that I almost died on right now. Fuck A.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. They they don't have to. I'll tell you, they don't have to. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just think it's funny. I just
Gemini, get the duct tape.
This time,
get this bird back in the air. It's got to go to Honolulu.
It's got his time. Oh man! Oh god! This is fucking hilarious.
It's United. That's how they fix shit. Duct tape it is. God bless it. And did you see? I don't know if you saw the thing. United Airlines put out a tweet, and it was the most vanilla fucking thing ever. It's just like, so there was. I'm just like this. I'm imagining the person who's writing. So there was an issue. Everything's fine. Please keep flying. We're going to go under if you don't fly. Instead of being like, holy shit, these people almost fell fucking right out of the air. Over Denver, of all fucking places. They're about to be John Denver and go right into the fucking Rockies.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about the mechanics. Like, what was the? Did they say what happened with the mechanics? Did they say what was happening with who was doing what, or what was the? I was just wondering. A lot of situations like that. There's all these armchair, like when there's something happening, armchair constitutionalists, armchair virologists, armchair epidemiologists. I was just wondering.
I could have got the Honolulu on no engine.
Exactly. Well, D-Max even said the 777 can fly quite a while with one engine. You're not supposed to fly with one engine.
Because eventually it won't.
Yeah.
I don't want to find where that stop point is. Hey, so we can at least get like somewhere between 150 and 200 miles away from here before like we're just gonna fall from the fucking sky. Well, you know what? We need to find out. Science.
Yeah, exactly. We need to find out what's going on. Hey,
Paco.
Marty. Hey, Paco, get the Bondo. We got to get this bird to Walla Walla, Washington by 7.
Like fucking 328. And they had fucking flight. I mean, so they left. They didn't even get far. Like they literally like took off. Like we're in the air. We're on fire. Well, fuck.
Right. Exactly.
At least it happened now instead of when we were fucking over Nebraska.
Yeah.
We never find ourselves
over the ocean. Remember that they're flying to Honolulu. They're not freaking.
We'll get it. We'll use the Atlantic, the Pacific Ocean, and fucking just like pour water on it.
It's operator level.
10 level, bitches. You can do this.
You can do this exactly.
Hey, we're over the Pacific Ocean and we're on fire. Okay, I need you to go to the altitude of 1.
Right. Go to the
You take the co-pilot or that third guy who sits in the back, hang him out, and just start fucking flinging water at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else you're gonna die a very miserable and cold death.
Right, and that's a good point too. Scott said the mechanic probably lost their 10mm socket in that engine. or hope they found my wrench and all that mess.
Hey, did you see my watch?
It would be. I wonder if they use snap-on tools.
231 passengers and 10 crew members on that bad boy.
God, dude, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine just looking at that shit. Just being in the seat, and then just looking at that.
At 12:49. Took off. Takes off an hour and a half late. I wonder why I was booked an hour and a half late. Probably should have took another half hour just to check that bitch. It climbs to the west and banks gently to starboard as it curves across the northern suburbs of Denver, traveling at 380 miles per hour. This bitch is going.
Right.
Like, when you're on a plane, you don't really, I guess, grasp how fast you're going. Like, you look at, oh, look how slowly we're going over the thing. And then from the other side, it's like, Vroom! At a height of 13,500 fucking feet.
13,000.
I have enough trouble getting up 6 foot feet of stairs. Holy shit. So then, about 18 minutes later, explosion. I'm going off the Telegraph. They did a whole little tweet thread. Good on you guys. I love it. Explosion. That's the title of it. As the captain gives an announcement over the intercom, an enormous explosion rocks the. So the guy was. This is your captain speaking. Bah! Whoa, fuck. What was that? Accompanied by a bright flash. No fucking duh. Thank you, the Telegraph. I love the editorializing. How do you know there's a fucking bright flash? Did everyone just go, oh my eyes?
It was during the day, right? I mean, they did take off in there.
During the day, but no one has the fucking. It's during the day. Everyone's got the little flaps closed because nobody wants the sun in their eyes, unless there's that one fucking Karen that's like, it's my window. I do what I want. Like, bitch, I will stab you.
That's the one time that I'm not going to complain when someone is standing up to deboard the aircraft. You know how everyone, when you're flying and you get to a destination, you're not going to make it to the gate any fucking faster. But I guarantee it, if everyone's like, sit down and say, please remain seated and remain, your seatbelt's fastened until we pull up to the gate. And you know how, and people, as soon as they land, they always do that. You always have those individuals that stand up and go to the front like,
they're already up. It's like, we just landed.
We just landed, like, exactly.
I'm ready. It's like, bitch, you're the last fucking row. I think you can wait. You ain't going anywhere.
Exactly.
Stand longer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to fucking stand up and they're going to go like that, and then bam, they can't move. Well, I want to
make a note because I don't want us to become like, the hot topic on Twitter, how insensitive. No one got hurt. We're 100% happy, like superbly happy that nobody got hurt, which now allows me to poke fun at it instead, because fuck you guys and your sensibilities. Like, dear God, this is like scary funny. Like, this is like, I would imagine, like, I would have peed I would have just pissed my pants.
Right, right. I would at that time, at that point, at that point, I would not have an issue with everybody standing up as soon as the wheels touch them.
Go ahead, bitch, you stand up.
Let me help you up. Let's all fucking go, because I guarantee it. Right. So hats off to the hats off to the crew, hats off to the flight attendants too, to maintain some order that nobody did get hurt. Because you imagine
their hearts, because they're like, my job is to be professional and keep this under control. On the inside, they're like, ah! So it was accompanied by a bright flash. Passengers on the starboard side can see the Pratt & Whitney PW4000 engine trailing fire. I love how they added those details. Now we know it's a Pratt & Whitney. Fuck those guys. Apparently they got some shoddy piece of shit, but I guess you can't. Holy God. I mean, it's literally looks like I made this in science class. Like, this engine is like this. It doesn't look like there's anything to it. It's like, no, look, there's like around it where the front metal thingy is duct tape. It's just a gray duct tape. It's army duct tape. Travis Locke, a passenger on flight 328, told CNN, there's a big boom and the kind of sound you don't want to hear when you're on a plane. No fucking duh.
Right.
I instantly put my shade up. Oh, see? Smart man. See? That's what I'm saying. No one saw a big fucking flash. It was fucking windows were down. Assholes. And I was pretty frightened to see the engine on my side was missing. Literally, this is the bitch who's literally got the best shot. Like, he just opened up with, oh, it's on fucking fire.
Right. I'm going to put that back up again. Put that back up again.
We're going to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking. Look at this shit on fire. I've been kind of like, all right, what are you going to do? Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Thank you for flying United Airlines. We'll go ahead and make sure you get out of your seat as soon as wheels are down, and we'll be good to go. So thank you. We'll see you at the gate.
So this guy says, I can honestly say I thought we were going to die at one point because we started dropping altitude right after the explosion. I grabbed my wife's hand and said, we're done. That's great. Way to be a man. Like, what do you tell your kids? Well, we're going to see Grandma.
Yeah.
No, not the one in Honolulu.
Khan said it was more. It was likely. Yeah. Khan said it was likely a maintenance error.
I got that one on the nose.
You know, I was just thinking. You know how everyone's got a carry-on backpack, and they got the little backpack. You know, carry on a back, and then or and then a little rolly thingy. Do you think it's illegal? Is it illegal to have a parachute on your as your carry-on? Like, no shit. Is this a legit? This is a legit question. Is it illegal for you to have, like, you know, when you're going through and you have carry-on bag and you have a little backpack and all? Yeah, is it okay for you to have a little chute? I mean, can you have a chute?
After this flight, I might call, hey, United, this is because I'm worried about your next fucking flight. Can I make sure that I have a parachute?
Is it illegal? Is it illegal?
Is there any kind of incendiary thing when, you know?
No. Just
friend
jump.
of the kangaroo.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Just jump. Yeah, you'll fall. Yeah, you'll fall out. Yeah, you'll be all right. Just jump. Shit.
At this point, hey, he jumped out of the fucking United 328. Fucking give him his jump wings.
And D-Max says it's not illegal, but opening the door is. Exactly.
Hey, look. So the boom happened 1308. Then the Mayday call and a recording of the distress call. The pilot requested emergency permission to turn back to Denver. Bitch, you ain't got to ask for shit. If you want to land on the fucking highway, do it. You got a fucking plane.
Denver Control, we're on fire. Request permission to turn around.
Hey, you know, this bitch is on fire. It's okay, we come back. Swing back around one more time. Like, you know, ask Billy Bob if he, like, left his watch in the fucking engine or something. No, we got to keep going. Well, fuck you, too.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing here? Why are we decreasing altitude? Because Denver told us to fuck off.
We've experienced engine failure. Need to turn. Mayday, mayday, he said without obvious panic in his voice. They're lying. He was probably shitting his pants. But these pilots, like, they train for this shit. Like,
right.
They're like soldiers in the fact that they train for this shit. Like, when shit hits the fan, they're supposed to be cool, calm, and collected because this is their fucking job, is to prepare for horribleness. So, like, the guy who sits on, like, that bitch seat in the fucking in the fucking cockpit is just, like, losing his mind and shit like that. Oh, mama! I said Larry Cindy Lou Who. And the guys up front are already drunk as shit. They're like, well, I'm glad I didn't stop drinking today. Mayday, mayday, we're taking this bitch back around. So people on the ground are starting to take cover. Residents of Bloomfield, which is a suburb of Denver, at northern Denver, look up to see shreds of metal tumbling slowly out of the sky. Shards of debris ranging from tiny scraps that'll still cut you in fucking half of metal to meters across crash into the back gardens across the suburbs. The Telegraph, I believe, is British. That's why it's back gardens and backyards. Crazy ass people. I mean, like, it's literally all
front
over
garden.
fucking places.
Yeah.
The back garden.
Back garden. The garden of,
taking back control despite the power, and this is a couple minutes later, despite the power of the blast, the aircraft cruises smoothly. The engine's like, we've done this before, it's okay. Cruising smoothly, without losing altitude or being knocked off course. The captain banks to port as he begins a tight circle. He's going left. Begins a tight circle back to the airport for an emergency God blessed landing. And let's see, that was at 13:16. At 13:29, trailing fire and smoke, flight 238 makes a perfect landing back at Denver Airfield as the fucking wheels touch on the tarmac. Passengers let out an enormous cheer. I want to be cheering until I'm off the fucking plane. Right. What I don't want is fucking what was those movies? I can't remember all the disaster movies where death is coming to get them. But like,
Final Destination.
Yeah, my final destination is feet on ground away from fucking plane. Not, we landed, because that's how the movie would end. Oh, somehow the protagonist got the plane to land. They beat death. All of a sudden, engine explodes and murders everybody. It's like, no, I'm getting away from this bitch.
Well, I will say that the forward flight of the aircraft, that engine shroud, I will say it's pretty sound that it was able to keep the blades from flying into the fuselage. Is that one of the Final Destination ones where the engine blows up and then the piece of the engine?
The first one was
the engine blows and flies into the
They all fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, people are getting sucked out the back, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh no!" And the guy wakes up and goes, "Get off the fucking!" I would have been that guy. I would have been now in the cabin,
Yeah.
duct tape, and fucking like everything. Nothing's gonna get me. Can't get me now, Death.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing you know,
Fuck you, Death. I beat you, Final Destination ass.
well, no. Well, what if it's opposite? Like, what if it's Final Destination, but you're the guy on the ground and you have a front rim land in your front yard?
Hey, that looks like it's off my pants.
Oh man!
You
So
always like to look up at the stars. The front rim is caved in his face.
it's like Men in Black. You ever look at the stars and see front rims flying from the sky? Oh my god! Yeah, I got to picture up the front rim again. The front shroud. And look how big that is. I mean, you can just see. That means that nacelle's pretty big. That fan is pretty quite large. I wonder what else if it damaged anything else aside from it landing in the front yard, because the people that were sitting inside their house said that they just heard a boom and a crash. So I wonder what they hit. I don't think. Well, it doesn't look like it hit the truck though. I mean, looking at the photo, it looks like it just landed right there. And hell, I don't know. Maybe is this the time where you is this the time, like, you know how insurance fraud people when they barely get tapped, when they get rear-ended and then they hold their back of their
I
head.
know we got that big cave-in part. Go over to the neighbors, grab that shit, and just throw it out the car.
Exactly.
Hey, USA, look what fell out of the sky.
Exactly.
My cover.
Gary's got a good point too. So now carry a shoot and 10 rolls of 100-mile-an-hour tape on flights. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's right. There's something on the wing. Yeah, it's called their flames.
And you know what the funny thing is? They turn around and say, "Hey, just wait till tomorrow and fucking tape that shit back up. We got the front rim. It's okay. It only matters we get that front rim. After that."
Yeah. I just think that it's funny. I just think that, well, first off, you get that laugh. It's almost like when you hang out with your friends, or you're hanging out and you fall down, and so you slip and fall. Somebody asks, "You okay? You're all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then everyone laughs at you because you're okay. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. You know what I mean?
You get to sell back that shit. Hey, look what I got here. It's gonna be on eBay. Is the front rim to the engine?
This
bitch is mine. It's on my property.
That's a good point. What type of restitution do you get, and for that? You know what I mean?
All of it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to United Airlines. Hey, fuckers, I think you owe me some money.
Yeah.
That grass ain't gonna fix itself. This is fucking Denver. It's hard enough to grow grass up here with all this, like, less air and shit.
Right.
I wouldn't care if I could grow grass or not. It was like, all of a sudden, it caved in half my house. You live in a trailer. Shut up. I had more of a trailer.
Exactly.
Took it.
Oh, you ain't lying, Scott. Pieces are going to report on Craigslist. Oh, yeah, I'm about to say eBay. Craigslist. What are you, freeze-dried or doing a hard time, Craig?
Well,
do we still use Craigslist?
Some people do. Usually it's for, like, finding a prostitute or shit like that. Not that I know. But I think they actually have to collect those pieces because it's part of an investigation.
Right.
Because the FAA and the government, air travel is regulated because, you're flying through the fucking air in a fucking, like, metal tube going 328 miles per hour, assuming your fucking engines are working. There's a lot of regulations that go with that. I'm sure there's going to be, like, a whole testimony thing, like, where, the pilot's going to have to explain exactly why he did every single thing. It reminds me of the, if you ever watch the movies, one with Denzel Washington, there's one with Tom Hanks. I can't remember. One was the landing in New York in the water and saved everybody, and then the other one was Denzel Washington drunk and high on cocaine, flipping the fucking plane and not killing everybody. I only mention those for the sheer fact that they always show there always is some kind of meeting. There's always some kind of fucking like testimony thing where they actually go through and they have experts that go over every piece of the fucking story and they simulate it out and shit like that to make sure that the fucking pilot is not on the hook for any of this shit. I think somebody who works at fucking Denver Airfield just went, I might be leaving now.
You know,
I put in my 2 weeks notice. We're good.
That's a good problem to kind of like solve, like a good mystery. You know, because then the feds they're gonna come by and they're gonna take their shit, right? They're gonna go over. It's a crime scene or not a crime scene. It is part of the crash investigation. I won't say it's a. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, exactly that caused some chunks of titanium fell. That big front rim, dude. How much is that? I mean, you're just wondering that's a pretty expensive piece. But I'm just talking about when they close off a site, and what do they do? I mean, you're not gonna let you go to work. They're not gonna let you have, this vehicle's part of the investigation. You can't use it because in case there's something on there. You know, I'm just kind of like. I lost that aircraft part in a boating accident. I lost it with my freedom devices that I had. That Spike Cohen and Kennedy told me to get rid of. But I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry. You were saying I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Fucking A. Like, you know, who just like somebody just put in their fucking thing. Hey, I decided to retire. Why? No reason.
I decided to put it in the retirement packet.
Not as good. I thought I said, "Do not fly this fucking plane."
You know what? That's a good point. Is it like NASA? Did you see that Netflix series, the thing about the Challenger? Did you see that?
I'm so behind on these great documentaries and stuff like that.
You need to watch
that, man. Serial killers. I don't know the full story on. Fucking Netflix.
Dude, if you've seen the one about the Challenger, you are like, wow. And I'm just kind of curious: does the airline industry have a little bit of a push or a little bit of lax of, I don't know, is it not going to be how do I say this, is it like too conspiracy theorish when they're going through that investigation? Does it mean, you know what I mean?
That front rim looks like a Q. Denver will be the site of the revolution.
That's a sign. The way it landed.
It's a sign Donald Trump's taking over.
The way
starting in Denver. We're going all the way to Washington.
Oh man! It fell from 13,000 feet. What exactly that? What does the NTSB expect to find? Cocaine residue? My wrench?
Jesse, I'm gonna need you to stop smoking the crack.
What I'm saying though is that I'm wondering if the FAA or the airport from its departing port, did it have is what's the safety record? I mean, what
flyer miles if you have to come back.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm just curious, man. Because that part of an investigation, and the aircraft landed safely. That right there, that's having the, that's having the evidence. That's right there, so you can literally trace it. I mean, aside from how many pieces
we're up there, and now we're down here.
Yeah, and everything's good to go.
We're not in like a bunch of pieces too. So
Scott, authentic aeroplane piece, starting bid $5.
$3.50.
$3.50. I know to give you about $3.50.
Look, and I want to say again, these people, all these people are extremely blessed that nobody got hurt in any which way. I've yet to hear, I've yet to hear of anyone from debris or anything like that, except maybe some guy who might have had a fucking heart attack. It's extremely lucky that a situation like this doesn't cause any kind of casualties at all. I mean, you're literally fucking 13,000 feet in the air, floating, going that way 328 miles per hour, and it's so like people don't realize how like fucking on a string life is, and it's so easy to get plucked and you're fucking done. So a little prayer for these folks, and hopefully they can muster the courage to get back on a fucking plane again, because Lord knows I've just BCS'd to fucking Fort Carson.
Right, dude.
I am not going back. Fuck you, Schofield Barracks. I don't care how cool 25th ID is. 7th ID, you are my lady. I'm gonna give you bitches to pack up my shit.
Can you change your order? Change your orders mid-flight?
I'm calling the SMA at that point. Hey, look here. Hey, Sergeant Major, I'm gonna need some expedited orders out here. Why? Oh, hey, did you see that fucking plane that almost fell out of the sky? I was on it, and I'm not getting back on the other ones.
Did you see the video?
I'm gonna use back my airborne wings on this one. We're done here. I'm now a tanker.
Yeah. Exactly.
Where's my Stetson? I'll trade in this fucking lame ass red beret for a Stetson.
Well, that's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Damn, you're a tanker. Nope, if you ain't cat, you ain't shit. Say that until I die.
Oh man, yeah.
Which is followed up by their lesser known cousin aerosol.
Yeah, exactly. Ad nauseum, exactly.
Brother who's like copying everything you do, just not as good at it. Aerosol.
They ain't gonna roll.
Look at him. Doing pretty good for being half retarded. Aerosol.
Oh, good.
Just running down the fucking air. Airborne, aerosol. Fuck off, you guys.
So,
kid with the front fender.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cos has got a good point. I almost died. I want $10 million. Well, we almost give you $10 million. No, think about it. It's just like when you see those individuals that barely get tapped on their cars and they get out and they're acting like they're holding their head and they're holding their neck and they're
Look, I'm coming off that plane and I don't mess with PTSD. Like I don't make fun of it or or joke about it.
But
I'm fucking jumping off that plane. I got PTSD. I ain't getting on the fucking plane.
You would you though?
You've shaped my life for the you've just shaped my world for the rest of my life.
Right.
Give me my money. I'm gonna need
doesn't
that
happen
$70 just to take a fucking taxi from here to
You don't
California.
think, you don't think about it until you see it happen. I mean, right? Would it give you? I mean,
how does that not scare the shit out of you?
That's what I'm saying. Some people wouldn't care.
I said we're done. Like, is that the most comforting fucking thing you could think of?
Right. Meet your maker. Prepare to see the front end crumble before me. There you go.
Every moment with you has been a blessing. If this is our end, then I'm glad it's to be with you.
Yeah.
No, fucking Billy Bob go, hey, we're done here. I'm gonna go hit on the stewardess while I got a couple minutes.
Oh my God, exactly, Cos. How many?
That girl on like
how many?
A3 has been eyeing me.
How many pro bono lawyers are chasing down the passenger list? Or how many? What do they call them? Ambulances? How many flaming aircraft chasers? Instead of ambulance chasers. How many burning aircraft?
Alan. We're here. You're right.
Morgan to Morgan for the people.
We're here for you. She has nothing.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sure we got more. We got other news to talk about.
No, there is no other news.
Really, there isn't.
There is no news. Let's see. In quick recap, we banned fracking. There's still no stimulus check. Prices for insulin have gone back up to the new to the old normal, which was like 600. El Chapo's wife, he was that drug lord that got lost in Mexico. They found him again. I think he's still in jail or whatnot. His wife is facing international drug trafficking charges. Got picked up in Dulles. Supreme Court pretty much said, "Fuck you, Donald Trump. New York can have your taxes. Deuce out." And there's more commencement hearings for all of the different jobs in the government that still need a daddy. We had an update on the Army. U.S. Army gave an update on the COVID-19 vaccine and its distribution in a virtual town hall early this morning, which was a little weird because it was like 15 minutes of video.
That was it.
So it was slated to start at 9:45 and go to 11. It started off with like 15 minutes of video, and I tuned in and I was like, are we just going to run commercials? Granted, most of the stuff was pretty well produced for coming from from broadcasters and stuff in the Army. I mean, it was fine. And then they got the biggest problem was they got to the actual panel. They had that fucking attorney general for the Army or some shit like that, and it was the weirdest thing. Why wouldn't you have the surgeon general? That's kind of weird. But my wife was sitting there, and she's like, "Why?" She's like, "What are they? Why do they sound?" I'm like, I said every time somebody does a town hall, they always have a prepared spiel. I said that's par for the course. That wasn't the weird part. The weird part was when they actually went to the question answer and everything was so fucking scripted. There was a 3-star who literally was just staring at it going, and the COVID-19 vaccination is like just so. Granted, I'm sure he knows what he's talking about because you wouldn't be there if he hopefully wouldn't be there if he didn't. The question answer was so stiff. The whole thing was the MC who's like, oh, question. And the guy would be like, and the answer is this: COVID-19 is dead eyes staring into the camera. So they're reading off a teleprompter. It wasn't until like the last 10 minutes or so where they actually kind of opened it up and they were like actually not like they were actually answering questions almost like human beings do and not robots. So I mean that was interesting. There was a lot of people on there asking questions, and the Army did say that it's not mandatory. Don't freak out, QAnon people. No one's trying to there was some stupid ass. This is gene therapy. No, it's fucking not. No one wants to mess with genes. Your gene pool's fucking like sunken anyways.
I'm saying maybe it's because I'm weird and I like biomedical fucking type of research with the biomechanics and engineering, bioengineering, shit like that. I'm just fascinated by it. So they're like, this will also do some gene therapy and insert nanites into your body and begin down at the molecular level, and then we'll put an exoskeleton leg on you. Really? Fucking hey, dude, let me see it. And people would be like, what?
Shit, anyways, you could use all the help you can get. I'm at least decently healthy. I don't need to be. But like they're like it's gene therapy, or they're putting. Somebody was like they're putting microchips in you. I'm like, no one's putting a microchip in your ass, you fucking hick.
I want to see it.
This is shit. Like no one cares about you and your crack dealing cousin. Like
no, I want to see.
Not like what the government's looking for.
No, I know what I'm saying. I want to see it. I was like, it's almost like when people shit talk a lot and they're like, I'm gonna get in your face. Or I'm gonna do. Well, let's South Park, present them. Go ahead.
I wish the Army would have did that and been like, show me.
Yeah.
Show me any hard.
Yeah.
Anybody with any kind of credibility to say, no, this is bad. Because like there's no proof of this, and the Army's literally going, here's the proof.
Right.
Hey, we've done all these studies and we're continuing to do studies. They were announcing that they're doing studies because a big question is for like pregnant women and and nursing mothers. And they're saying, hey, we're doing these studies right now. Like, hey, we don't know, and we're doing these studies right now, but we're trying to get this shit out to all the people who need it right now. But we've already like checked these blocks. We're not going the full 100 yards when we can go 60 and get a large population chunk that are at risk. When these other ones, hey, we're still going to do we're going to do the work we need to get there. We just don't need to get the rest of these people taken care of. And I can understand that. Like it's a fucking pandemic. No one's going, hey, we need to build tanks and stuff for World War II or whatnot. Well, we need to make sure that we get all, the M1 Grand facility going, and we need to have at least 3 battleships ready before we can start making tanks. Like that's, just start going. Like fucking, if you got it, let's give it to the people. So I got that. Overall, the fucking thing was extremely stiff, and and a lot of people commented on that.
Is it because? I would say,
and a lot of people are like, don't make it mandatory. And the
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not mandatory.
Is it like? But some of the deployment locales, like we talked about before. Me and Spanky talked about this. You kind of, it's part of like your SRC and SRP. If
you are deploying, you're getting it.
Yeah, you got to get it right. Right. So I don't understand what everybody.
It's like, hey, look, if you're deploying, it's just like every other fucking thing. Like when I went to Afghanistan, I had to get smallpox and a bunch of other shit. That's the standard. So if you are deploying to a forward operating location, you will get the vaccination. If you are not, including PCS changes, you will not. It is at your own free will. It is not mandatory. Stop freaking the fuck out like big government's making you. They would like you to. They have them. They even talked about how they had something like for like 30 million. Or not 30 million, like 3 million or whatever for like the reserve. Like they were breaking down the numbers. Hey, we have these. We're starting to push them out. Like they're really pushing them out for the reserve and National Guard too. But like if you're deploying, yes. If not, it's not mandatory. If you don't want it, you don't have to get it.
You know what though? Let's reverse this though. Think about the incentive. think about this for the incentive. Imagine if you have an incentive and like, all right, we need to do this battle roster for this next deployment, and not going to tell anybody that this deployment is going to be TDY with full per diem, and then say who here wants to take volunteer to do this deployment, and I guarantee it. You just don't tell nobody, and then okay, well, congratulations, those of you that had volunteer, you're now going to get full per diem, and it's going to be a TDY. It's not going to be TCS, and congratulations, you're going on this next deployment, and yada yada yada. I mean, an incentive. What's for right now, because you guarantee. I'm telling you right now, once it becomes mandatory, there is no. This is my right. you ain't gonna have a choice. Marty says that there's only so much spinal fusion he can do, and he wants nanotech like Tony Stark, right? Why not? Well, like you were saying, Flash, I need a bunch of that tech. So.
Oh, and breaking news, in some pop culture stuff, Stevie Wonder's moving to Ghana.
What?
He's moving to Ghana.
That was out of the blue.
Weird. I thought people weren't moving out if Trump won, but whatever. And Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are splitting up. The most like fucking weird ass.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Because they realized, oh shit, we're not in the spotlight anymore.
Do you think though it's that? I mean, do you think it's that? I mean, it's not a.
Look, fuck these guys. There's always something.
You just don't like. You don't like
Kim Kardashian. If she is not in it for her ass, she's in it for some other stupid shit. And Kanye West is a fucking waterhead who's just like.
You are not. But the thing is that you were. So basically, you don't like celebrities, anyways. That's not your thing.
I love celebrities. Matthew McConaughey's my boy. All right.
Right, but so you're
in Texas barbecue, damn it. But like, I like celebrities that do them. Like, Stevie Wonder wants to move to Ghana. He's not. It just says he's moving to Ghana. It's not that he's making a video going, you can't see me because I'm not looking at anybody's direction.
I'm sorry.
I'm leaving for Ghana. Fuck this country. Like, he's not saying that. He's just like, hey, he's moving to Ghana. Like, I'm sure there's a reason. There's
nothing wrong with that. I know. I have friends that have decided to say, hey, look, I'm out. I'm time to bounce. I'm gonna go live here for a little bit. And that's the thing. He's not talking about being there permanently. He's not talking about. He's just saying, hey, I'm gonna move.
I like that. I mean, shit. I might move back to Germany.
Really? Oh, wow.
I mean, I think eventually I'd like to go back. I have a family there, and I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind going back there, at least living there for a couple years. It's not going to be like a big fuck you USA. It's say, hey,
right.
I'm a free man and can do wherever the fuck I want. In sadder news of pop culture, the legendary techno duo since like the 90s, Daft Punk, is splitting up after 28 years.
I know, dude.
Doesn't that make you sad?
That's insane, dude. Because I love
I remember listening to Daft Punk on the radio when I was a kid, wondering who the fuck is this?
Back in the day, man. No, they're one of their. I mean, they did also the soundtrack for Tron, and it was epic. I mean, it just I don't know, it's just the way they are. They
were weird and cool at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
they had a
band.
Yeah,
but there was something great about them.
Yeah, they had a unique sound to it. That a little bit more a lighter techno, electronica sound, as people like to say.
It wasn't too hard. It
wasn't like trance. It sounded like some of the shit we used to play.
It was cool. Like there was something cool about it. I really liked it. And then other news: Taylor Swift, who's in a battle with this dude pretty much bought like all her masters for like her first 4 albums, like her original her country albums, and like I think her first pop album were under this one guy, and he refused to sell her back the masters. Well, to break that loophole, there's a loophole where if Taylor Swift re-records those songs, they are now hers again. So she just finished re-recording Love Story, and it's back on the top of the charts. So she's making those other masters obsolete by updating them, and also they're going back on the top charts. They're getting played on the radio, which means she's making the money, or in her organization, instead of this dude. So good on you, T Swift.
Well, see, that's the thing. I always thought
I appreciate. I love the hustle. I love the fact.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I pretty much was like she would have to buy back the masters. Apparently the deal was He wanted like an absorbent amount of money. Plus, he wanted her to do like 3 more albums underneath his label or whatever. And she's like, no, fuck that shit. And you know what? I'm 100% girl.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, I can just re-record them, and no one will be the wiser. Fucking go for it. And
Right.
she's doing it, and she's back on the charts with some of her old stuff, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of. That's another thing too. Why aren't artists given more latitude with their own work? They created it. You know what I mean?
The problem is somebody gets signed. You know, especially when you're a young artist, you're getting signed to these crappy ass deals. Hell, look at NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
They I saw there was cool meaning it was insightful where their first big check after they've been making all these making like a record, they're touring, was $10,000 a person. That's it. Like they're living off of like $20 a day by their fucking manager and shit, and they get like, oh yeah, it's time. And granted, it's the 90s, but still, you got $10,000 when your records are making like millions of dollars, and you're getting like crumbs of this fucking thing. Is because a lot of these people just they're so happy to get and make it that they get these shitty ass deals. I mean, it happens to sports players all the time. You get baseball. Fuck, this one kid for I think it was the San Diego Padres signed a 14-year contract, making $300 million for 14 years. Which it's funny because even if he does the entire contract, he's still only going to be 35 and could essentially keep playing if he really wanted to. I don't think he's going to, but still, there's people who get paid. Didn't Bryce Harper get paid 6 years, $300 million? Granted, this kid is supposed to, let's say Bryce, because I want to be right on this. Harper contract. Thank you, Google. This is brought to you by Google. No, it was a 13-year contract where he made $350 million. 13 years for $330 million. So I mean, it's not a bad. I mean, but still, he's stuck with a team for better or for worse. Oh, and he didn't get a signing bonus worth shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, but artists, I don't know, artists.
It's hard. Hey,
it's different, man. I see if it's your work and you're creating, it's almost like and every time I say this, on Pop Culture War, there are individuals within the Hollywood and entertainment industry that will steal your ideas. They will steal your identity. Not, I mean, like your credit card information. I'm talking the way you are, the way your stick is. Yeah, and they take over and you don't own those rights. And then what they'll say is that they'll say, I was the one that created it. We see it all the time. All these movies that come up, and you remember somebody talking about it back in the day. As a matter of fact, one of our music tracks that we've had that was donated to us was actually done by Forensic. And you guys remember this song right here. You guys remember this right here, right? So this song right here is done by Forensic. It's called Saving a Hero, right? It's talking about police officers and what they have to deal with, and what their how hard their life is. It was great song, right? Well, somebody else said that they didn't do it, and they came out with the same type of beat, the same type of song, and it came out, and now every time we play that song, we get told it's copyright infringement. You're the one that fights all the copyright people, but dude,
which we have a new one for this show.
Do we?
Yeah, we do, from like Storyful or something.
Oh shit! It was the plane.
Yeah,
I don't think that one we can't.
We're fine. All they're doing is going to put a little disclaimer at the bottom of our video and whatnot. So it's not super crazy. So Facebook's kind of lightened up. They used to be like, "Fucking take it down." Now it's just like, "Hey, we're just going to add this."
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, you're tracking that.
But yeah, usually I've won a couple of the cases against Sony. Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah. Your Sony emails and Sony back and forths are hilarious. As soon as you say, "Hey, do you even know who how much reach we have. Well, you don't have that much reach, and then you provide numbers, and then oh well,
Congratulations, Bill. Thank you so much for supporting Sony. We'll release your claim.
We're so sorry. We're going to rescind this. Yes, you are.
we're gonna release your claim. All right, cool.
Hey, here's our actually written says we can use this. So go.
Yeah,
go
exactly. So, but what I'm saying is that athletes, I think can control it themselves, but artists, you have your like list, you have your dude. You fought Facebook when they said that I was unauthorized. They said that I was for a while. All of our shows were getting fucking muted, and it was because Facebook said that I belonged to somebody else. I was fake.
Well, you do have that sultry voice.
I was. Well, that's just the way I sound. But yeah, for a while you were like, dude, change your voice or talk differently, and I'm like, what the hell? But artists shouldn't have their likenesses or their their voice, their work, their talent. I mean, I wish I could fucking sing and all that. I wish I could play an instrument, and I wish I could do all that shit. But if it's my song and it's my music and they're my lyrics, then nobody should own the masters to it. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
That people get. And I need people to keep an even keel when I say this. SoundCloud rappers and the people who are on SoundCloud or on TikTok, and they're starting to get big off of that. They're starting to get views on. The reason why these guys are are difficult for the music industry in particular is because they are self-financed. Their distribution is social media and SoundCloud. And people can't wrap their heads around it because they're, even 10 years ago, the only way you get on is if you move, you got to move somewhere and you play on the street or, you get seen by somebody, you audition. There's always, there's people there's these managers are always looking for talent. They're always trying to find the next thing to whatever. Now it's, look, I can, and I'm not just talking about SoundCloud rappers. There's been a couple people who have come up, coming up these airways who have already got a following, who already have music. They already have, because I can buy stuff to record an LP pretty decently, even in my office right here right now. Granted, I can't play worth shit, so it wouldn't do anything, but still. But distribution and stuff like that, like I can just throw it up on social media. Now I got people, I got people following me who are listening. I've got the followership, which gives me more leverage when it comes to somebody. Hey, I want to sign you, man. Really? Yeah, but I get like 98% of everything you get. No, fuck you. You get like 5% if I'm feeling generous. And but 10 years ago, or like in the 90s with these boy bands, it was like, you get what we give you. Okay, Backstreet's back. Like they just like,
dude, you're gonna get
happy to be out in front of.
You're gonna get a zing to get. Yeah, some that maybe that I was about to say. Some of it is the notoriety, and they're like, yeah.
I'll lose a lot of money to get booty.
Been divorced so many times. I've been divorced so. I've been divorced so many times. I know what it's like lose money. Welcome to the Divorce Center of Excellence here at WTF Nation Radio. One UIC officially from being real.
I feel bad for Taylor Swift. She has to, but she did say when she announced this a couple of months back that she was going to re-record her stuff, because she's not touring, she's got plenty of time. Hell, she knocked out 2 albums in a year. There's people thinking that she was about to drop a third right before the end of the year, which would have been like crazy. And they're pretty good albums. Like better. These last 2 are better than the one before that when she tried to do this like slow rendition of Earth, Wind, and Fire September, and I wanted to burn it with fire. And I'm all for remixes and covers and just reimagining a song. That's not one to do it with. There's a lot of folks that were not happy that September was read by this former country pop now white girl. Like, but these other 2 albums, like I was skeptical. I'm like, but I listened.
That's a good point.
Okay,
no, I can see that.
This is like coffee shop music, but like
I can see that
better.
Yeah, I can see that. There's some remakes.
She had nothing to do except fucking think. And sing and do it. And
I will say that when remakes are done, there are a lot of songs that people think that are current hits right now that they were the originals when they've actually been remakes. You know what I mean? So I could see some good remakes, but it's almost like, isn't it like Hollywood is? I don't want CQ to be busting through here like Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, when I freaking talk about pop culture shit. So But do you think it's
I feel
like
like I'm about to get a text message going, dude, you better get off my
better,
turf.
exactly, you better shut
This
up.
is my corner.
This is my corner. But what my point is that are we kind of like running out of ideas? Is Hollywood, is the entertainment industry running out of ideas? You know what I mean? What?
And I've said this even back when I was in school, and now I felt like over the last 20 years we've been in a great funk of remixes and reboots, especially like over the last 10 years. While I love the superhero genre, I love the MCU universe and everything they did. You know, our movies, you know, your selections going to the movies were sequels, Marvel movies, and fucking rebooted of the movies. Like we didn't need that fucking third Ghostbusters movie.
No.
To reboot it and reimagine it.
No. But there's a new one. Did you see? There's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out.
Yes, but that's a sequel to the second, and I'm still hesitant because, you know, Egon's not going to be there.
Well, because he's dead.
Well, yeah.
It's called Ghostbusters Afterlife, man. It's got Dan Aykroyd. You know, it's got Bill Murray.
It is cool that they brought them back, but still, it's a fucking it's a late ass sequel and shit.
No,
you know, some
I
of them
think
work. Like the Cobra Kai fucking Cobra Kai show on Netflix is actually really good and is making a lot of headway on Netflix and shit like that as a TV TV series type thing, and good on them. But like they tried doing The Odd Couple. They redid that TV show and it was shit. Even though I love Matthew Perry and the guy from Reno 911, I think they're both awesome. Just wasn't good. They're still trying. I mean, hell, they're talking about redoing Bewitched on fucking TV. Like we keep. It's a lot easier to come up with one good idea and then branch as many things off that as possible. I mean, look at HBO is already working on has been working on a Lord of the Ring prequel. I mean, Warner Brothers is going to run Harry Potter to the ground as long as they can. And, you know, because once this 6-movie set, the third movie out of these 6 movies, once they finish the next 6 movies, or fucking next 4 movies out of the 6 that they're doing for this whole Newt Scamander fucking set, you know, leading up into Harry Potter, they plan on diving into different parts of Harry Potter. I love those movies.
Yeah, see, those movies
I'm
like that.
But when we're talking about originality, we're running out of it. People are coming up with one great idea, and we're gonna fucking milk it as much as the Game of Thrones. They're fine. They're doing prequels to that too.
Right.
Like there was talk about at one point there was 4, and I think now they're down to 2 different prequels, and one of them starts shooting in a couple of months. There's tons of movies that you know. Somebody mentioned of redoing Scarface, and I wanted to punch them. You know, and there's been talks of redoing The Godfather, and the first thing I said was, I will fucking burn down the studio. Like, we're not doing that. Don't step to this. We're still in a funk where the creative people who are out there aren't giving a chance, and these great movies that are being made are these low budget ones because no one's giving them a chance, but they're turning out to make a shit ton of profit because they're still able to, you know, creativity and create magic. I do feel in the next 5 years we're going to start seeing more after this COVID. Yeah, this right now is like going on almost a year and a half or close to a year and a half. Will probably be, you know, year and a half before things really start loosening up. If they do, that there's a ton of people who had nothing to do other than to sit and fucking be creative. And I'm hoping that in the next 5 years, we're going to have a ton of extremely creative and different movies coming out. And not just recycled, reboot. And I'm not saying every reboot sucks. I'm looking forward to the Ghostbusters one. I'm looking forward to the next Harry Potter. I'm looking for the next Star Wars and the next fucking Marvel show and whatnot. I'm looking forward to a lot of this stuff. But I'm looking forward to new shit as well.
Yeah. Well,
Lord knows I need some like something new to grasp on and be like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Is that, you know, D-Max has got a point about zombies.
Oh my god, I can't do another fucking zombie movie.
You know, had World War Z come out like the freaking book.
Yeah,
that
would have been like a fucking long ass fucking.
It would have been. It would have been an incredible blockbuster. And I think with the amount of what good it was supposed to have been done, I think the military would have been, because there's the full book has a lot more military involvements to it. I think it would have been awesome. Dan Howard says that some movies need to be made if they're already a classic. That's a good point too.
100%. I think you're a classic. Stay the fuck away.
Yep.
Like, stop that shit. I mean, I would have liked like The Quiet Place. I thought that was. I hate that they made a second one. I don't think we needed a second one. I thought The Quiet Place was an incredibly imaginative horror movie with unlikely coupled Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. Also known as Jim from The Office, Rock On The Office. Yeah. There's been talks about rebooting The Office, and I nearly it was about to find a fucking Peacock and shoot them. Or is it NBC? I think it's NBC. NBC's the Peacock, right?
Yeah, that's the Peacock.
That's NBC.
CBS is the eyeball or something like that. Yeah.
CBS is the eyeball. Like, oh goodness, like we're watching you, bitches. We're watching you watch Eek Master. I had to get CBS to watch the fucking Super Bowl, and it's like, oh, free trial, and I was like, fucking fine. So I did the free trial, and then lo and behold, the day I'm like, oh shit, I need to remember to turn it off. They're like, oh, that was yesterday, $70.99, bitch. So I've been watching like Ink Master because I'm like, oh man,
I just can't wait. I'm really looking forward to that new the Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was supposed.
I've been so excited. I won't lie.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, obviously it's going to be coming out later, but it's just it's going to be awesome. But anyways, we don't have any sports page, right?
Nah, fuck sports.
Oh, no sports. Okay.
Spring training has started up. I think it started Sunday or Monday. The pitchers and catchers started reporting to Florida and Arizona. That's where the respective training camps are. So far, no sign of COVID. Knock on wood. It's been great to watch the boys of summer get back out there and get back to playing. Playing baseball. Some big names have already started reporting to their prospective camps. Mike Trout coming off his second worst season, and I say that worst very lightly because the only time this man has been outside of the top 4 for MVP running was his first year and then last year. So and he finished 5th in the MVP vote last year. So that says something for the boy. Mike Trout's a fucking man. Anyways, like Aaron Judge, is back in spring training. Hopefully he's doing enough yoga where he won't fucking drop a hamstring before opening day. So a lot's that happening. They did announce the order for the NFL draft that it's going to be coming up, I believe, in April. There's been a lot of speculation on that. Still waiting to see if Tom Brady's going to stay or go, along with a couple other people as well. But football is very very low key. Everyone's just like tired and ready to be fucking like, only a couple months until I have to go back to fucking getting my ass beat by another 800-pound guy. Basketball, and I'll tell you what, the Knicks, holy shit, the Knicks who get their ass kicked all the time are in playoff contention already, and they're beating like actual teams. Like they, I think it was CBS Sports graded the first round draft pick for the New York Knicks a D+, which is pretty much saying, what the fuck were you doing? And then they did a whole social media thing and they changed it up to an A, because this kid is just like, honestly, it's been like it's made Knicks fans happy, which is not very, it's not very common.
It's a New York team. What do you expect? Knicks suck, Mets suck, Yankees suck.
LeBron James still kicking it in for the Lakers and looking pretty good. It's going to be another, they're definitely making the playoffs, and it's going to be another championship run this year as well. Hockey, Canadians are whooping the shit out of each other. Don't really start caring for another month or so, but hey, hockey's still going on, which is great. I'm just ready for baseball, and I don't give a shit who knows it. And that's really for the sport page. So NASCAR did kick off on the 14th. The Daytona 500 happened. Now, I want to skip that. Yes, Joe, I love you, man. He said, fuck you, Ken. And I agree. Daytona 500 kicked off. The one thing I really want to mention is, one person got, an exec got fined or banned for 2 games and fined $30,000 for not doing COVID procedures and shit. Which was kind of interesting, which he went on a whole rant wearing a mask after that because he didn't want to get fined another, I think it was $15,000. So NASCAR's backed up. So we got NASCAR, basketball, and hockey, and soon to be baseball. It's my favorite time of year. It's when like all the sports start kicking off at the same time. So there's always something. So we'll have a lot more to talk about as we get going. Spring training games probably will start not in about 2 weeks or so. So then we'll have a little bit, we'll talk a little bit about starting lineups and stuff like that for some of the teams. But outside of that, not much for the sports page. And we kind of took over the fucking for the Tuesday show. we did your warm up for CQ.
For CQ, yeah, exactly. Because him and Radar. If you guys always
CQ,
know,
that'll be $100. You're welcome. We're like the opening act for Tuesday now.
So nothing other than this week we only have one guest.
Nobody likes that Mets still. I'm gonna need you to leave the fucking chat right now. Nobody likes the fuck. Even though it was cool to see Lindor, who is over with the Mets now. It is cool to see him in those colors because I think he looks good. I mean, Mets have a clean uniform, like they looks cool. It's just the Mets fucking suck. So sorry, Subway Series champions, go Yankees.
Oh man. Okay. So real quick, there's only going to be, for this week, there's going to be an update to a guest. Once we get it confirmed and get it all squared away, it is going to be one of the highest ranking guests we've ever had on Sergeant's Time this Thursday, and it's going to be a 3-star general. And so once I gotta tell Spanky to get the flag ready. I gotta go get a haircut. We gotta get our uniforms ready. But yeah, we're gonna have a guest on Thursday, and if it's confirmed, and CQ will plot it out. Of course, just pay attention to our media. It'll be the most senior ranking guest we've had on Sergeant's Time. It will be an Army 3-star coming on and to shoot the shit. Once we get that information out to you guys, and of course it'll be confirmed. But don't forget tomorrow's Pop Culture Warrior with a CQ, Michael Cataskio, and Radar, the unpop cultured warrior. Also, we have Wednesday is the day off. Thursday, Sergeant's Time with myself and Spanky. And then Friday Night Freedom with Cause and Pookie. Wait, isn't there? I think they have a guest too, don't they? Yeah,
I believe so. I believe there is a guest.
There's a guest. Let me check. I think they're going to have. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they're going to have Derek Jones, Navy veteran. Derek Jones will be on to talk about his latest EP, The Last of a Dying Breed. After serving with the United States Navy, Jones picked up a guitar and never looked back. From appearing on the Today Show, Pickler and Ben in Good Morning Australia, to include writing songs for major television outlets, to include tracks for Sportsman Channel's Tailgate Adventures, Fisher's ATV World, and Velocity Channel at NBC Sports. Derek Jones has no shortage of drive and determination, and he's not only toured with Billy Ray Cyrus for 4 years, but is also open for Charlie Daniels, Trace Adkins, Dwight Yoakam, Ashton McBride, Jamie Johnson, Shooter Jennings, Blackberry Smoke, and more. This is going to be awesome. This is kind of cool. Wow. I'm excited, man. I like when we have artists going on here because I like hearing their music and more music for us to play. That's pretty cool. So, again, make sure you tune in. And if you guys don't have anything for me, do you have anything for me? Do you have anything, Flash? Do you have anything you want to talk about?
I do not. Just, hey, say a prayer before you get on a plane and be safe out there.
Just keep your eyes, look at your eyes in the sky for that front rim.
Hey, if you hear your plane make a sound of making a funny sound, say something.
All right.
I expect everyone to think that the plane's not on fire. Ciao.
Oh, man. Y'all have a good night. Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Now here we are enlisted for under exaggeration, prepared for combat with an alien race, to kick their asses right in the face. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. They say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport, now sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet of America. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.